luckily.
The amount of times I go on these adventures wearing that worst footwear. Ugh, I always do this. Hey there, Mr. Rovers, this is Miguel, and today we are in the small beach town of Boca de Tomatlán, here on the Mexican Pacific coast. We're in the state of Jalisco. This is the state of Tequila, Guadalajara, and nearby Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. I wanted to share with you what the experience of visiting these tiny little villages along the Jalisco coast looks like, so that maybe you can include Boca de Tomatlán in your travel itinerary for your visit to Puerto Vallarta and the Mexican Pacific coast. So let's get going. Let's see what we can find. So one of the main draws to Puerto de Tomatlán is obviously Boca Beach, which you can see right here behind me. But not only that, Boca de Tomatlán is also the spot here on this pier where you take the water taxis that take you all the way out to Yelapa and some of the other towns around the coast that are only accessible by boat. So it'll cost you 120 pesos to go from the pier to Yelapa, another beach town that might be a nice day trip for you to do. So it's a really cool idea to hit up some of these different beach towns as day trips out of Puerto Vallarta, to just at least give your liver a day to recuperate from, you know, the debauchery in Puerto Vallarta. But as you can see behind me, La Boca de Tomatlán, the mouth of Tomatlán in Spanish, is a very, very placid inlet that you have here. Very much sheltered waters, not a lot of current, a nice anchorage for the water taxis while they take all the goods that these different towns need. Like, they have to go by water taxi, there's no roads there. Very, very swimmable waters, just jade, just a deep, deep jade color. Very beautiful. So, and if you can see behind me, all the hills they're pretty green, palm trees swaying in the back. And if it's this green, considering it's the dry season, imagine when you are here for the actual wet season or after the rains, when this all springs up and becomes just full-blown jungle. Nice place for a little adventure outside of Puerto Vallarta.
Bueno, lo que a mí me gusta es el mar, el río, la naturaleza, y pues nací aquí totalmente. Me gusta las personas que vienen a visitar aquí Boca de Tomatlán. Saludos, saludos.
Just one of the sensations that is very, very hard to get through on camera is how incredibly soft the sand is. I don't think I've ever felt a sand that is this soft. It's like my feet are tingling with pleasure just walking it. Like, I'm not making this up. This is just like my real reaction to like the sand here. Maybe because it's the mouth of a river, it might be a little different. And the water is so it's cool, not too cold, but very, very pleasant to be in. And it's a very, very hot day. It's the hot season here, so the water temperature is absolutely perfect for being here. My God, I wish I hadn't brought the camera and I could just go in. Another cool thing is you have all these different beachside restaurants here, very much just like the authentic coastal Mexican regional foods. Fish freshly caught right offshore here, maybe even like here in La Boca itself. And your typical Mexican foods too, if you want to like do that more gastronomic cultural tour of Boca de Tomatlán. Here, as you come around that part of the beach, you have this little beach here too. Chairs and shades. This is where they store most of the boats, here in the background, in the shelter. I guess this would be the river now. you have the access right here. I don't know how you would cross other than maybe jumping into the water and trying to cross, or perhaps going all the way around the river. We're gonna find out.
He's a good boy. He's a good boy, eh?
So this guy right behind me was telling me that the only way to get to that beach, that part of this little sand spit here, you have to go through the water and just, you know, clamber onto the sand. There's no other way. I'm gonna see if I can find a way to do it without, you know, getting the camera wet. So let's see.
Hola, aquí es Boca de Tomatlán. Aquí es muy divertido, se los recomiendo. Saludos.
I got such sweet kids. You know, they see you with the camera walking around and their eyes just go wide like, oh, you're a YouTuber. And, you know, I mean, I'm about to hit 500 subscribers and it's you know, they really like it. And they were really excited to be on video. So, you know, it's just a very friendly, small community here of people, you know, very authentic, like beach, coastal Mexican vibes, you know, the people, the food, the scenery itself. So a nice change from Puerto Vallarta. I mean, people are nice in Puerto Vallarta too, but this is more of that like small town authentic Mexican feel, which is really, really nice. Hopefully you will not see any of these monsters here in the river, but that's a really cool statue.
Mira, la primera playa que es Colomitos, Madagascar, Las Ánimas, Playa Caballo, Maraicas, Mazagüita, es donde te digo donde puedes ir a hacer el snorkel. Quimisto y El Apa es la última playa.
So the guy from the parking lot was telling me that there's a trail that goes all the way around the other end of the river, and it just goes all the way around the coast. You can reach all these different beaches like Colmitos and further on Las Ánimas, and then at the very, very tip of the mouth of the river you have these beautiful panoramic views of the mouth of the river and all of Boca de Tomatlán. Oh my god, if I had only known, you never really know these things until you're actually here. But if I had known, I would have come prepared to do the whole thing. So he said it's something like 30 minutes to Colmitos. You can just walk there and see, you know, like the coast all the way, all the trail. But also it's 3 hours to Las Ánimas, which is a very, very beautiful, very famous beach here on the Jalisco coast. Okay, so what the guy said was true. Here's the bridge. So the trail must start over there. Let's go just explore the mouth of it. Oh my god, this would be such a cool adventure to have. I actually really want to do this. I'll try to stay in Puerto Vallarta a few more days and see if I can come back and actually do it. Maybe with some people, that'd be cool. You know, people here are just so friendly. It doesn't feel unsafe at all. Everybody's nice and like asks I mean, at the very most, you'll get, from most people, you'll just get like curious looks or something, because, you know, you're just like this stranger walking through their village. And so this trail goes through like a ton of people's houses, and they all kind of just give this like right of way so you can pass through to this area. So now we're at the other side of the river. I didn't want to risk getting the camera wet because, well, I can't afford another one if I lose it, so that's something that somebody with 20,000 subscribers can afford to do. So be sure to smash that subscribe button, help out a poor wanderer. But yeah, so we're on the other side of the river now, and hopefully we can get some nice views up here from up top too. Okay, so I was just walking without really looking at my feet, and then I noticed that it's just full of these little critters. Just look at all those frogs.
Pops.
Okay, so in general, I have two rules of thumb when I try to gauge how safe any given community or settlement is, and that's if the children are happy, smiling, not afraid of, like not particularly afraid of strangers, that means that they're treated well. Like they're used to being treated well by the people in the community they're surrounding. And if the dogs are happy and not barking and on edge, that's also a sign that it's a pretty peaceful community. So between both of those, you can just tell that this is a very peaceable, very peaceful place to be. Oh God, it's so beautiful. Look at this. So the real reason I'm here is because I was actually on my way to Miss Maloya to shoot another video, and I was just on my phone, you know, switching the music or something, and I missed the stop. So I ended up here. And I thought, you know, might as well give it a try, see, you know, explore, see what we can find. And I am certainly not disappointed. I love this little town. Okay, so honestly, this really is the perfect place for swimming. And then you have the river in the back, so you have different options, different geographies, different ways to jump into the water if you want to dive. The trail continues this way along the water. Let's see if we can get a nice viewpoint over here from a little further on.
Kilometers this way.
I can only imagine how incredible this whole setting might look after the rains come and it's all just blooming and flowering, and I really wish I was here for that time. So that's why high season here, starting in October all the way to around April, when the temperature kind of levels off. It's after the rains or during, or you know, it's still like raining during that time. So everything just blooms, and it's just like the perfect time to be here. But also the most crowded. So we're here during the off season because that's kind of what we do. But you know, it's just something to bear in mind.
This is a very rickety bridge.
The amount of times I go on these adventures wearing that worst footwear is just... Ugh, I always do this. Here's the map. So here we are in Boca de Tomatlán, and the trail just goes and goes and goes until you reach Colomitos, and then you keep going and going and going to this cool sand cave, and you're hitting all these different spots until you finally reach Las Animas. Okay, so we finally got here. I think it's about a mile to do the entire loop, you know, all the way up out here. So beautiful. Oh my god, what a place. I thought this was a snake just wrapping around the thing. Oh my god. You just get all the breeze, the sea breeze coming in from the Bay of Banderas here in the back, coming in towards Boca de Tomatlán. What a neat little place. I am so glad that the bus dropped me here by accident and I got to experience this. You know, that is the magic of travel. When we open our minds and we just allow ourselves to be led by our intuition, a bit of luck and misadventure, and just curiosity, just an explorer's curiosity. And what a perfect way to end the video. Thank you so much for sharing in this little adventure with me and this beautiful moment here at the end. Remember to like this video, subscribe to our channel. It really keeps us growing. We're trying to reach 1,000 subscribers so I can finally start buying like a GoPro so I can actually go into the water or something. Drop a comment, say hi, what was your favorite part of the video, any feedback or recommendations you might have, or just say hi. I love hearing from you guys. I'll see you in our next adventures. Keep on rambling and roving. Keep traveling, my friends. Adios.